Now, she's out on the west side on Memorial Drive between the Beltway and Gessner in what could be a rescue situation, but we aren't certain. Grace, what's the latest?
Hi, Lynn and Mia. It is hard to hear you guys. We are inside a truck right now. You can't see me. I'm down below, and my photographer is giving you the picture from above. And we think that we have found the car that was honking. And I just talked to the Texas Rangers SWAT team member that hopped in the water. He's trained in this. He believes this car is empty. He believes this car was possibly the car alarm might have been going off, the floodwaters triggering it. So again, we're still waiting to have final confirmation, but he just swam back to our truck and gave us a quick update that he thinks this is good news. It might have just been a car alarm, not a person trapped in floodwaters. So again, I know we've been taking along this journey, wanted to make sure before we give the final all clear out here. He's still double checking as they are trained to do. That's him. You can probably see him in the picture in the waters there. And again, you can see the light behind him because he thinks this car that's parked in a townhome in the parking spot is malfunctioning out here. So certainly good news for anybody that's been watching. We've been asking for help. We think that this is clear out here. I'm going to wait till I get the final confirmation as he's loading back in our truck here, but it looks like this possibly was just a car alarm. We know that can happen. We know these waters rise quickly. We know a lot of people left their cars, and cars do this from time to time in floodwaters. So again, a developing situation out here in West Houston between the Beltway and Gessner on Memorial Drive. This is an older complex. It's been here for a while, and again, we believe that this possibly was a car malfunctioning because of floodwaters. Now, as we've been going through this complex, though, I can tell you the water is very high. You can probably see our live picture. It's up to midway probably on a lot of these garages. We're trying to figure out if these townhomes are evacuated.
I'll let you know what it's on.
Do you think this is just voluntary? It's just a voluntary?
If you just stand there, you'll be fine.
I don't think it was never mandatory.
Never mandatory. Okay, so we think this is just a voluntary evacuation. Sure, and some of them are second story, and we may have a lot of people still living in here tonight if they did not decide to leave.
Right. Because this is not from the rain. This is not from the hurricane.
Right, right. This is from the release, right? Water's still rising out here in West Houston.
Up there, there's a pair of boats. Up front, very up front. Up.
Sure, so we're just helping with supplies back here on the truck. That's why you heard me drop off. We're just handing some gloves here to the gentleman in the water. He's just doing a final sweep of this area. Mia and Lynn will update you once we get to dry land. But again, good news out here to report. They do believe this was just a car malfunctioning. But we're taking a final look at the area because there's a lot of high water out here, guys. We'll send it back to you in the studio.
Okay, Grace White, thank you so much. So we want to be clear here. What Grace is saying is they believe the honking sound from that car is due to a malfunctioning car alarm and not somebody hitting the horn. But that's not totally verified just yet, but they believe that is the case.
They're going to double check. They're probably going to triple check.
Yes.
In this case, because of all of the high water there, and you understand the reason for concern if you're hearing something like that, why you would want to check it out, to go in and make sure that there's no one trapped and in need of rescuing. So we're hearing Grace White underneath us talking, but they're even looking in the homes, and while they're there, they're also observing. I'm going to let her talk.
The street turns, and I knew it had to be deep back in here, that it wasn't something that you or I could just see or shout or, you know? Yeah.
And when he first got out, I was like,
but you know what? Though, it's worth. I mean, you just never know. Y'all did the right thing, you know.
So we've been watching story unfold. We believe that the honking horn that Grace White was hearing out on the west side is from a car alarm malfunctioning, not someone beeping, looking for help. That believes to be the case. She's still there, staying on top of it. We'll go back to her momentarily.